Sonic, the heart of your system.
Hello, Briony here from Kit Guru, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the GS750 headset stand from Cooler Master. Because it's a headset stand, I'm not going to do like a full detailed review. I'm mostly going to do an unboxing and review kind of live on camera. So they sent the headset stand to me, and they've also sent me a headset as well. So the MH751 is very similar to the MH752 that I've already reviewed. So make sure to check out that review. That is a full detailed review of the MH752 headset. The only difference with the MH751 is that it doesn't come with the USB kind of adapter. That means that it can have 7.1 surround sound. This is kind of like the more basic version, but Coolermaster have sort of like done this bundle where they're bundling it with this headset stand, because when you combine the headset with the headset stand actually has a sound card in it. That means that you do still get the 7.1 surround sound for any headphone that you plug into it. So it doesn't have to be one of their own headsets, but I actually really enjoyed the MH752 when I reviewed it. The MH751 is basically the same headset. So if maybe this headset stand is something that you're looking at, then to me this headset is one that does definitely sound good. The headset itself retails for around £75. I've seen it for a bit less as well, kind of the £65 price mark. The headset stand is coming in at £80. So that's obviously quite a lot of money for a headset stand. We've seen ones from Corsair and some from Razer, and they kind of retail for around like £60, so it is £20 more. This one though, it has the sound card like the Coolermaster, the Corsair headset stand has. It also has the USB ports. It also has RGB lighting, but one that I haven't seen on a headset stand before is it actually features wireless charging for your mobile phone. So if you have a iPhone or a reasonably new Android phone, like I personally got a Samsung S9 Plus phone, it does have like wireless charging capability, and it has like that option in this headset stand. So the base of the headset stand, you can actually wirelessly charge your mobile phone, and they've got kind of a picture on the back of the box that I can see of a phone on the stand charging happily away. So of course I'm definitely going to try that out and see how well it works. It is the Key, I think it's pronounced Key, it's like QI, but I think you call it Key. I'm sure someone in the comments will correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, so that is like the wireless charging kind of standard really. It's like a 10-watt wireless charging, so fingers crossed that it should be fast charging. Fast charging wirelessly is always going to be slower than if you plug your phone into a cable, but if you're someone that works at a desk all day and you're going to have this headset stand next to you, it's very easy to kind of chuck your phone on it. I personally already use a wireless charging pad. I do really like it. So for me this is quite a cool headset stand because it bundles everything you would want into one. So it's got a sound card, it's got the wireless charging pad, it's also got USB hubs and RGB lighting and stuff as well. Although £80 seems like a lot, so I'm going to start by getting it unboxed and see what we get inside. So the box itself is really nice packaging. It's got like the black and purple Coolermaster kind of theme. All their peripherals and products and things seem to come with the same sort of colour scheme. On the back of the box you've got a lot of pictures. So you've got like a picture of the stand, you've got a picture of the headset on it, and then you've also got a picture of the phone sort of charging on the bottom. From what I can see, it gives you a little bit of information. So it's got 7.5 watt charging for an iPhone or 10 watt charging for Samsung Galaxy. It's also got built-in cable management behind the aluminium neck, so we'll definitely see what that's like. You've got two USB 3 ports. You've obviously got the RGB lighting. Obviously no peripheral would be complete without RGB lighting. A particular headset stand, I guess, it is more sort of an aesthetic thing. And that's about all the information we get, I think. What's on the side here? That just tells you to visit their website. On the front of the box it tells you it's a USB 3 hub and that it's got the 7.1 surround sound. On the bottom it just gives you an address for their different offices around the world. Apart from that, yeah, it doesn't really give too much information on the box, but I will get it open and we can check out what we've got inside. I'll also open up the headset as well, because even though I have reviewed a very similar headset, I just want to try out a headset on the stand, and as you can get them as a bundle. Oh, I forgot to mention how much the bundle is. You So the headset stand on its own is £80. The headset is £75-ish. You can get it for a bit cheaper. And then the bundle that they're going to be doing, and I think it's via overclockers in the UK. I don't know in other countries. Obviously the pricing will be different and things. But through overclockers in the UK, it's going to be £120 for the bundle. So essentially you're saving like £35. But if you only want the 7.1 surround sound, from the headset stand and you're not bothered about the wireless charging, the actual stand itself, you can get like the MH752. When I reviewed it, I think it was like £100. So obviously that's a little bit cheaper than the kind of bundle of these two, but you might even be able to get the headset a little bit cheaper now anyway. But yeah, finally that's enough of me talking. Let's actually open up the box and see what you get on the inside. I've killed my plant. I killed my plant. Looks like you've got 4 tabs on this one to get open. I thought I'd had it, but I think that's all 4 tabs on that one. Right, I'm going to get the headset open and out of the way first, I think. Ooh, very nice. The packaging on this is actually really nice. If it's something you wanted to give as a gift, it almost comes like gift box. Make your gaming experience black and purple. As you can tell, I'm wearing like my purple t-shirt to sort of match the Coolermaster purple thing. It's a really nice box. It's got like their logo on the front there. And then on the inside, you've got the kind of manual. So as you can see, that's the MH752 that I've reviewed. Make sure to check out the review. I think that's quite an old review now, but yeah, that I did actually really enjoy that headset. And then that's the MH751 that we're taking a look at. So the manual just tells you how to insert the cable. It gives you like an overview of the headset. So all kind of like warranty information and stuff, what all the different buttons do on each headset. Tells you where the microphone is, how to insert the cable, how to remove the cable. I think, is that the same thing again? I feel like that's the same. I think that's like the same thing, just again. That's like the multi-language version, and this is got less languages on it, I think. But there's like 2 of the same thing. That's probably your warranty stuff. And we've got this like foamy layer. And there's the headset. Microphone, so detachable microphone it comes with. Obviously, yeah, I won't go on about this headset too much because I have actually done a review of it already. And then that's the headset itself, really nice. It's a lightweight, comfy headset. Once again, check out the review. And then we also need the cable. Ooh, cloth bag. I completely forgot it comes with that. It's quite handy if you want to take it somewhere. There's our cable. Oh, so we've got one here that adapts the 3.5mm jack into microphone and audio for a PC. I think this headset stand just has a singular 3.5mm jack. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but we'll find out in a second once I get it open. So that's that headset unboxed. Yeah, it is exactly the same as the MH752. Like exactly the same. It just doesn't come with the 7.1 surround sound dongle, which uses like USB. Now we can finally get into this headset stand itself. There's a little sneak peeky. I think that is actually the front of it. So that's it out of the box. You've got a bit of foam at the top. That's always nice to have it protected. We've got a box. Oh, that kind of slides out of there. Got another foamy thing to take off. Off with the bag. That's the stand. Ooh, quite light actually, lighter than I expected. That's the manual. I will keep that just in case, just in case I lose my way. And then we've got a box here that I assume has the cable in, so we can get it connected up. As you can see, I've got a laptop here that's kind of like completely unrelated to the review, apart from the fact that I'm going to plug the headset stand in it so that we can see the RGB lighting and I can try out the software and things. I already have the Coolermaster Portal software installed on this laptop. Oh, I also, so it comes with an actual kind of power adapter, so this must be to provide enough watts so that it can like fast charge the mobile phones, because the wireless charging pad that I have on my desk like has to be plugged into the mains to provide enough power. At least I assume that's why. And then we've also got the cable that connects to the PC, so it's got a USB on that one. Oh, I forget the name of this connector. Let me see. Let me see if it's in the manual. It's like a, is it a micro USB of some kind? I should really know that. I want to say B, USB. No, it doesn't actually say what it is in here. To be honest, the manual is kind of, it doesn't say much. It says the RGB illumination is controlled via software, so you download the software, which I've already done. The wireless power emitter is centered on the logo at the top of the base. So where the Coolermaster logo is on the base, that's where we're going to have to make sure that we put our phone. I'm going to check to see how picky this is, because I know some wireless chargers are really, you have to be really specific with where you place your phone. Then you've got other wireless chargers that you can just kind of like throw your phone on there and they don't really care. But I'll definitely try that out. Please be aware that some key standard devices use their own charging protocol, therefore charging speed may vary. So I'll see how it works with my phone, whether it fast charges. I don't have an iPhone to test it out, but I can definitely try it with a Samsung phone. And then please make sure to place the charging area of your device directly on top of the wireless power emitter. If it is not directly on top, the charging efficiency will decrease. Oh, so that basically means it's probably quite picky where you put your phone. And then please make sure the adapter is plugged in. So if you just want to use the RGB lighting and the sort of USB ports and the sound card and things, you don't have to plug this in, the power adapter, but if you do want to use it, the wireless charging, you do have to plug this in, basically. That's what it says. The manual, apart from that, has no information. I can't remember what this connection is on the back. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments. It kind of looks like micro USB, but then it's got like another bit attached to it. I'll put text on screen as to what this connector is, because I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible tech reviewer. Right, let's shove those under the table. This has got like a little bit of peely. Right, so to talk about the headset stand itself, so this part up here is aluminium, and then it's also got like a little rubber part at the top here. It's got a little ledge, so I imagine that our headphones are probably going to sit really nicely on top of this. Yeah. I mean, it works as a headset stand, at least. It's halfway there. I don't know about the other features yet, but it's definitely halfway there. So this is aluminium. It feels nice and solid and sturdy. The base is quite narrow, so it does kind of wobble slightly. But to be honest, that doesn't worry me too much, because headsets don't really weigh that much. It's not going to be something that's probably going to like tip over easily, and it does grip really well. It's actually like moving my desk. So it's got like underneath, it's got the entire surface underneath is covered in rubber. So I think I took a look at the ST100 from Corsair. I haven't tried out the Razer. Is it Razer Chroma stand or something? I can't remember what it's called. But I imagine that's probably similar. This is very similar to the ST100 from Corsair, apart from maybe it's a bit narrower. But it has all this rubber across the base. It's textured. I think it's got another, oh yeah, another bit of plastic to kind of peel off. Ooh. That was satisfying, wasn't it? So this actual base here is plastic. So it's shiny plastic around the edge, and then kind of like this matte textured plastic on top there. And then you've got the Coolermaster logo. We'll have to see if that lights up. It doesn't look like it's going to light up. It looks like the RGB is kind of this edge that goes around the bottom here. And yeah, this stand, aluminium, it's really nice. The cable management thing they were talking about is that it seems to kind of have this slot down the back here. So obviously I'm guessing you can kind of like thread cables through there. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I think it might be for wrapping around a cable. Like from your headset. Let me undo this and I'll try it out. Yeah, you know what? That makes quite a lot of sense. So you can like wrap the cable around this. I'm guessing that's what it's for, maybe. I don't know for definite, but like it, in a way it does make sense, because if you're using this headset stand, which to be honest, this headset doesn't seem to have a very long cable. So the headset stand would definitely come in handy for actually like allowing the headset to reach your desk. So you can plug that cable in there, and then if for any reason you have any extra length, you can like wrap it. But the cable on this headset's quite short anyway, so yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure for this particular headset that the cable management thing comes in handy, but I'm sure if you've got a headset that has like a ridiculously long cable, then it might sort of come in handy. I've wrapped this really terribly around here, but you get the idea anyway. You get the idea. That seems to kind of work anyway. So yeah, headset stand is aluminium. Actually, I kind of like scratched it already just from doing that, but oh, it rubs off fine actually. I thought I'd scratch the paint, but it seems to rub off fine, so ignore that point. But yeah, so that's the headset stand with a headset on it. Let's start plugging it in. The actual build quality feels pretty good. I mean, it's £80, so it's quite a lot of money. But I guess if you wanted to buy a headset stand separately, buy the 7.1 MH752 headset separately, and then buy like the actual like wireless charging pad separately, then I guess the £80 kind of makes sense because it's all in one. But like it's nothing hugely special for your money. It's like it's a stand with RGB on it. But you know, if you've completed your PC and you've completed your setup and you're like, I just need somewhere to put my headset and charge my phone, and you've got £80 sat around, then you know, why not? Right, so let's plug this in to a USB port. You know, it never go. It's always the third go, isn't it? It's always the third go that actually goes in. There we go. No matter what, no matter which way you put it around the first time, it won't go in the first time ever. Okay, so I plugged it in. Aha! We have life. We have life. The laptop is setting something up, and we've got software, so I'm going to install that. And then it wants to restart. Was that the software? I'm going to go with... Okay. I don't know if it's set up or it's restarted before it actually managed to set itself up. But we'll find out in a minute. But the RGB lighting is glowing. It's currently red. Oh no, it's gone purple. Or pink, purple or pink, blue. It's cycling through some colours. We'll have to see what kind of effects and things we can get from the software. Oh, of course, Windows is updating as well. This is the laptop I've like got to do a review on yet, so we'll that review is coming. I thought I'd kind of tease it because the laptop actually arrived like very recently, so I kind of got it out to use it to steal the USB port for this video. To obviously need to do some Windows updates as well. But I can, while that's doing its thing, I can plug in the power adapter anyway, and then we can also try out the wireless charging feature at the same time. Let's hope this cable is a good length, because I've got a little while to go so I can reach a plug to actually plug this in. So I'm going to hope that the cable is going to reach. Well, we got there in the end. So the headset stand is now plugged into the laptop. It's now plugged into the mains power as well. So our wireless charging pad should be up and running. The LED lighting is running, and I've opened up the Coolermaster portal software on the laptop as well, which gives all the settings for the RGB lighting and also settings for the 7.1 surround sound, equalizer settings, etc. I think that's pretty much all it does because it is a headset stand. So it doesn't have many options really. So two complaints actually that I have, technically it's like one complaint bundled into one, is that both of the cables are quite short. So the cable that runs from the headset stand to the laptop is 1.2 meters, which sounds like quite a lot, but when it comes to a cable that you have to route maybe from the other side of your desk to the back of your PC, you want to route it nicely and things, it's not actually that long. The cable itself is nice, it's a nice braided cable, but it's not very long. Also, the power adapter, the cable on that is really short. Basically from my desk it runs down to the floor and a bit, and that's all you get really. So if you're trying to cable manage your headset stand neatly, you might find it a little bit difficult, or you might even find that the cable isn't even long enough depending on where your power outlet is and whether you can run an extension lead or something. So that is a slight complaint. It's not that difficult to add a slightly longer cable. I would guess the power adapter cable was like 1.2 meters as well. I think both cables are 1.2 meters. So it does make it slightly difficult to route. And also this headset seems to have a short cable as well. Maybe Coolermaster isn't very generous with their cable lengths maybe. But yeah, so it's all set up on the screen. As you can see, we've got the LED effect running. So it's currently going through the color cycle kind of thing. You've got options to change the LED speed. I think I've got to drag it. Yeah, so fast, apply, and it's now cycling faster. You've got a static setting with different colours, preset colours. You've got a breathing setting, slow and fast, and you can also turn it off. So as far as I know, there are 12 individual LEDs around the outside of the headset stand, but it doesn't look like you can actually control them individually. So something like the Coolermaster headset that I reviewed, the ST100, it had like it might have only been like 30 LEDs or something that run around the outside, and using their software you can control them individually, so you can have kind of like a wave effect, or you can have like alternating colours, or they have a lot of different effects. This headset stand, it looks like you've kind of just got a few basic settings, so a static colour, a colour cycle, or a colour breathing, and from what I can tell, if there is a way to do it, it's definitely not obvious. There's no way to sort of individually control. Normally you'd kind of like a keyboard, it would have different areas for you to click on, but it doesn't seem to have that. But it's nice and easy to use, and it works, and the software is easy to download and install and everything as well. So that is good. The Coolermaster Portal software in general is not the best, but it's not as bad as some. So on the next tab of the software is where we've got the sound options. So like I said, this headset stand has an inbuilt sound card. So that does 7.1 surround sound. It's obviously like artificial surround sound. It's the same, I imagine it's probably the same as what's on the MH752. So you can plug in any headset that has a 3.5mm jack and it will have that surround sound. So what I found with 7.1 surround sound is that I will try this one out just to check, but I think it's probably going to be the same as what is in the MH752, is that with it turned on, it's great for gaming because you feel really immersed and you can hear where all the sound is coming from. You can hear like all the enemies around you and things. But when it comes to like listening to music or just general use, listening to music and things, it sounds a little bit underwater. It sounds like a little bit muffled. So it's just because it's artificial basically. You're not obviously going to get the same experience as actually like when you're sat in a cinema and there's like, I don't know how many speakers, like loads of speakers around you and it sounds like there's gunfire behind you. They're kind of like trying to make that happen in two drivers and a headset. So it definitely isn't going to sound as good, but you do definitely get a good effect while you're gaming. I will try it out just to see if it is the same as the headset, but that's what I'm expecting it to sound like. And using that kind of sound card or software that's going on, you can change the equalizer settings as well. So they've currently got one that's gaming bass, is the one that's by default. It's also got a movie settings and a pop music setting. So you've got all the different equalizer kind of sliders you can move up and down and adjust. And there's also a tab for the 7.1 surround sound. So we've got an option up here to turn it on and off. It's currently turned on. You can also change the surround sound rotation. So you can change where you want the sound to kind of come from. I'm going to set it back to default, so it seems you kind of like rotate it. That's quite cool actually, that's a cool way of doing it. You hit rotate and it keeps spinning, and then when you press stop, it stops. So I'm guessing with the headset on, it probably is creating, you can kind of wear the headset, click that, and then adjust it to how you want it to sound, because everyone's a little bit different. You've got the surround sound distance, so I'm guessing closer or further away, depending on, you've got like the 7 different, I think that's 8 different like areas where the sound is coming from. So you can adjust that kind of distance and things, but it gives you a decent amount of options. It's more options than you would normally get from a headset stand, that's for definite. You can actually plug it in and change the different profiles and things, so that is quite cool. Now I'm actually going to try the wireless charging. So as you can tell from the software, there's no real software adjustments for it. I can understand why, because you know it's a wireless charging pad, so what are you going to change? My phone is currently on 12%, so it definitely needs a charge. It works perfectly fine in this case on my current wireless charger. I am going to try it in the case on this. Nothing. Anything? Absolutely nothing. I'm going to guess it's probably my case. My current wireless charger works perfectly fine with this case. Maybe this has kind of like I think this is like a smart feature where it detects that if there's like a foreign object on it, it won't work. I'm just going to make sure it's not something else interfering with it, like the headset cable or something. But so far not so good. Not so good so far. It's probably my case. I've now taken my phone out of my ridiculously large case. It feels so much nicer. I wish I wasn't so clumsy, because then I could actually like experience how nice this phone is. It's like the S9 Plus, so it's a bit dated now, but I do really like it. I just put it in a huge case because of like the edge screen scares me, and I drop my phone a lot. And I've had it for a year. I've dropped it loads of times, and that case has like saved me every time. It doesn't have a scratch on it underneath somehow. So I'm going to try again and hope that it now works. Ah, we got it. Oh, no. I had it. I had it. It did it for a second. Ah. Okay, it's doing it. It's doing it. It's doing it. Oh my god, I'm so scared to move it because it's so... Yeah, it's doing it. Okay, so my phone is fast charging wirelessly. It's currently at 11%, and it's going to take 2 hours 26. So this fast charger in this headset stand is actually pretty quick, because when I put my phone on the one that I use, I think it's a 9-watt one from like Spigen. I have no idea how to pronounce it. When I put my phone on that one, it says it takes like 4 hours to charge, even though it says it's fast charging wirelessly. So it seems like the kind of key rated one in this headset stand seems to be pretty good, and it seems to work. You just have to like make sure your phone's in the right spot, because I've moved it like that, it doesn't work. It seems to have to be round here, and then like that doesn't work either. It has to be like right up against it, and then like the green light seems to come on and it's charging. Whereas like if I move it like this, it goes red. So that's quite cool. So you can kind of tell like if it's on it properly or not. So move it back, it goes green, my phone detects it's charging. So you obviously have to really carefully like put your phone on, and also the size of the headset stand as well. It's kind of short, so your phone's gonna like hang off the end. I'm not like a huge fan of that. I've just realized you can't really see very well. I don't want to like drop my phone, but it does kind of hang off the end of the headset stand, and I'll try the other way around. It works the other way around as well, but it seems you have to kind of align your phone in that position. It doesn't work if you put it sideways. It might work, it may work. It does work. Okay, it works sideways, it works that way. It doesn't work if you chuck it on it and put it at an angle. Not bad. Not bad though. Not bad. I'm impressed that it's going to fast charge quite quickly, because 2 hours 25, like I think it would probably definitely charge faster if I plugged it in. But for a wireless charger, I think that's a pretty good speed. And I really like the fact that it goes green, so you know you've put it in the right position, and then it kind of goes red, like if you knock it out of position. You might not really notice it if you do it like accidentally, but if you're kind of like purposely placing it on there and like trying to take notice of it, then I think that works quite nicely. I quite like the wireless charging feature. I am a big fan that I personally use one anyway, so I'm quite a big fan of that. It makes it a little bit more than a headset stand. I think it definitely sort of makes the price not so bad, because I mean the Coolermaster, the Corsair headset stand, that's like 60 quid. Then I think my wireless charging pad was like 20, so 80 in one thing with a sound card. Not too bad, not too bad. I just wish maybe it was a little less picky with like where I had to place my phone, and maybe the base was a bit bigger so your phone doesn't sort of overlap off the end, because I think even like, is it the iPhone 10 Super or Plus? I don't know what the larger one's called. Once again, really bad tech review. I don't do phones. So whatever the larger iPhone is, I think it's even bigger than the S9 Plus, or like a Note. If you've got like a Samsung Note, like smartphones are just getting bigger and bigger, really, aren't they? Will definitely sort of like hang off the end. But yeah, I like that. It's a cool feature. It has definitely got a little bit warm. That's one thing I noticed with my one, is it does definitely sort of heat it up. I guess it's like all that electricity flowing through it. So next I'm going to test the actual kind of surround sound. So the way I thought to do it is like, maybe I can open up CSGO and see what, there's definitely going to be a difference, because there was with the MH752. I just want to see if it sounds the same as that headset, or whether it is like slightly different what they've put in the headset stand. But I imagine it's probably pretty much the same. So I'm gonna quickly open up CSGO and see if I can hear a difference. Actually, I'll do a bit of music first. I'll open up YouTube. Here we go, and electronic music. That'll do me. So with the, I was listening to music with the 7.1 surround sound turned on, and it does sound really good. It's very immersive. I actually forgot how good these headsets sound. They're such good value for money, actually. It's probably one of the best gaming headsets that I've heard. And for them to get one for like 70, even under £70, like, it's really good price. So if you want some cheap but good sounding headphones, I definitely recommend these. Check out my review, please. But yeah, I actually forgot how good they sounded, because I kind of left, like, I used them and then I went back to my normal wireless headphones and I kind of forgot how good they are. But yeah, that was a very good immersive experience. So I'm now going to turn off the 7.1 virtual surround sound, and I'm going to have another listen and then see if I can sort of tell the well, there's definitely going to be a difference. I'm expecting it to be pretty much the same as what I got with the MH752 when I turned it off. It sounds a lot better for music. It just sounds like clearer. Okay, so I've got to admit, for this type of music, the 7.1 surround sound does actually sound pretty good. It definitely brings everything closer, so it brings the music forward. You feel like you're listening to it inside your head rather than in a pair of headphones, which for a lot of people is kind of what the experience they want when they're listening to sound. You want to feel like you're present with the sound around you rather than like the sound coming at you through headphones. So I must say it does definitely improve it, but I do get the same effect where like the bass comes forward but you kind of lose a lot of the intricacies and stuff. Whereas like turning off, you can hear a lot more in the song, if that makes sense. I find it really hard to describe audio, but they do definitely both have their benefits. Like for that particular type of like electronic music with a lot of bass and stuff, having the 7.1 surround sound on gives you a really quite a cool effect. Turning it off sounds better, as in you can hear like the different parts of the song more clearly, but you don't get the kind of like immersive effect as you would. So that is for music. When it comes to gaming, you can obviously tell that the kind of immersive effect that you get from having the 7.1 surround sound is like way more impactful, and you don't really miss the fact that you can't hear all the kind of intricacies because you're only concentrating on something like footsteps, or you're concentrating on something like gunfire or explosions. Some games do have music, but like FPS games and stuff, like CSGO, like I'm going to test it out with, you don't have like any of that sort of like music. You're just trying to listen for like the thud of footsteps. You want to hear the bass, and the 7.1 like really brings the bass forward. So I'm going to try out some gameplay now, but basically I'm getting the same experience as what I got from the MH752. So this MH751 with the headset stand together with the sound card, you basically get an MH752. So it's quite cool, I think, that Coolermaster have done it for a bundle, but I will test it out just to make sure. Gaming with a touchpad is such a joke. I'm like sideways and with a touchpad it's horrific. But I can hear the audio for definite. There we go. I actually managed to move the camera. I got murdered by bot Walt. But that gave me a really good impression of the 7.1 surround sound. This laptop's getting really unhappy actually that I'm playing games on it. So that gave me a really good kind of impression of the surround sound. I'm now going to go and turn it off and see the kind of the difference in the sound in game from having it off. I closed CSGO down to kind of my final opinions because I didn't want the laptop fans to kind of ruin my audio. That's the thing with gaming laptops, they're never going to be quiet while you're actually doing something on them. So when it comes to the virtual 7.1 surround sound on the sound card in the headset, it definitely makes a difference. So if you've got a cheaper headset that is like a multi-platform headset, if you plug it into this headset stand, it's definitely going to improve the audio for gaming. You turn the 7.1 surround sound on and it sounds a lot more immersive, and it does definitely make a big difference. You've also, of course, got the options with the equalizer settings as well, so you can kind of adjust the audio. It gives you a bit more control over what is essentially more of a basic headset. The headset stand, when it comes to the wireless charging, I do really like it, but I don't like the fact that the actual base isn't very big, so you haven't got a huge amount of space for your phone. I also don't like the fact that it's quite picky where you put your phone. It's not too bad, but I would quite like it if you can just kind of chuck the phone on there and you know it's going to work fine. However, I do like the fact that it lights up when you put your phone on to show you that is in the right position, or it kind of flashes red if it is in the wrong position. So those two features I definitely really like. Also on this headset, you've got one USB port on this side, and then you've also got another USB port on the other side. So that gives you kind of like a little USB hub on your desk. So that's something I like. If you're going to be plugging a USB stick, it gives you really easy access. If you've maybe got something like a desk fan, because it is so hot in the UK right now, you can plug that into the USB port on this. It kind of works as like a nice little hub, really. The other thing about this headset stand, I don't like the fact that the cables are short. So the two cables to connect it to a PC and connect it to the power adapter for the mains power, those cables are quite short. But the overall headset build quality is really good. It sticks on the desk really good. It obviously holds a headset as it should do. It's got a decent amount of space up the top here if you've got a headset that has a wider band. I like that it's got the rubber because that's going to sort of protect the headset band from getting kind of like any dents in it or scratching it, etc. You seem to have a decent amount of height. So if you have your headset on kind of like a longer setting, or you've got a really particularly big set of ear cups on your headset, then you seem to have like a decent amount of clearance between the top of the band and the bottom. So in general, I do actually quite like it. For me, the only downside is probably the price, because £80 for a headset stand is quite a lot of money, really, considering when you can get an actual headset that's really good, like the MH751, for less than that price. But maybe the bundle deal is quite a good option if you're someone that wants the kind of whole shebang together. £120 for a really good sounding headset, with the headset stand with the RGB lighting and the wireless charging and stuff. It's quite a nice little addition to your desk. If you've got maybe £120 to spend on a headset, you could just kind of get this whole set together as one instead, because I do honestly think this headset does sound equally as good as headsets that cost like nearly £200 from other brands. I've tested some headsets that are really expensive and don't sound like they're that expensive. You can pretty much get the same audio quality for like 70. So yeah, in general, I like it. It isn't perfect. It's got a few issues. I think the bundle together is a good price. The headset stand on its own, meh, £80 is a lot of money. But yeah, it's the thing. If you want to buy it, it's now an option. You can have an RGB headset stand with wireless charging and a built-in sound card if you want to. Coolermaster have made it, so you can have it. So yeah, that's the end of the video. If you like this video from KitGuru, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from KitGuru, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. We've You've also got the little bell icon you can press as well, and that'll give you a notification every time a new video goes live. We've also got other ways to help us out as well. So we have a Patreon account, as you can sign up there and you can get kind of entered. We do exclusive giveaways. We've just done our first one, and you also get a sort of a private channel on our Discord server as well that's for Patreons only. So we do have a Discord server that anyone can join, but if you're a Patreon you do get your own sort of little section, little own sort of membership level basically on the Discord. And we also have a kind of merchandise store as well, so you can pick up one of our Kit Guru t-shirts, and also that sort of helps to support the channel as well. But we do of course appreciate just you viewing this video as well, so thank you for watching.